The reason why you haven't seen success within the efforts of your self-improvement is because all of your efforts in order to change fall within the circumference of your own self-image, the area within your mind of what you're capable of, or rather, what you think that you are capable of. And so every single person has formed their own self-image in a way that isn't exactly meant for them and their success. Outside influences, their past experiences, wins, losses, and the way people have treated them from a young age has affected what they think of themselves and what they think that they are capable of. And right now, the reason why you haven't gotten what you wanted to, the reason why the changes that you have wanted to implement hasn't been consistent, the reason why the actions that you wanted to do, the habits that you wanted to partake, the meditation, the workout, the money, why they all haven't really aligned, the reason why is because of your own self-image. And realize it or not, all of the efforts that you use to force through change will fall within the circumference of your own self-image, what you think you are capable of. And a lot of people think that they are bad at something just because someone else told them, just because they only just started. It is absolutely bewildering that people think that they will be good at something just because they start. And when they started something and they suck, they instantly think that they are bad at it. And for that reason, they think that they are bad at the sport. For that reason, they think that they are bad at some sort of school subject or at making money or at doing anything in life that is worth pursuing. And what they fail to realize is that every single person who is good right now, every single person that they're comparing themselves to, their friends, their family, these people online, they have been in the exact same position as them, in the exact same skill sets as them, and they realized that when they start, that is not what they will be at the very end. And you have to understand this very principle. Just because you're bad at something doesn't mean you are bad at it. You'll only be bad at something if you tell yourself you'll be bad at it. The person who thinks that they are bad at maths will live their life and think like a person who is bad at maths. And so they'll get the results of that poor action. And then they'll say, there is proof that I'm bad at this. There is a list of things that tell me that I am bad at this. I am bad at sports. I am bad at this. Your own self-image, the way you see yourself, is the determining factor of your success. And what I'm trying to tell you is that you have complete control over it. You have complete control over what you think you can do. And the thing is, the wonderful thing about life is that you can do anything that you set your mind to. It is genuinely unquestionable. That law exists. A lot of people think that it doesn't work for them because they've tried to do positive thinking. They've tried to do affirmations and it hasn't worked. And the thing is, they've always come from this perspective of trying to add on to a false identity, a false reality where they think they are bad at something and thus they have to improve. They think that they are bad at maths, therefore they have to get a little bit better, or like, I'm bad at maths, and they go off from this identity. And when the foundation is crooked, the building will rise to the sky crooked. And what you have to understand is that in order to get good at something, you have to think that you are good at it. It may sound stubborn, it may sound arrogant, but that is how you actually improve. It's only arrogance until you've already done everything. Muhammad Ali said, I am not arrogant, I'm simply confident because I have the skills to actually back it. That is the reality of life. If you can think that you have it, you will have it. Your self-image and every single thing that you work towards improving will fall within what you think that you are capable of. And an easy way, the actionable step that I want to tell you, an easy way to change your self-image is to go through whys. Why am I so good at this? And go through that sort of mentality, that thought pattern where you ask yourself, why am I so good at maths? If you're bad at the sport, why am I so good at this rugby? Why am I so good at tackling? Why am I so good at running? Why am I so good? And then you start creating reasons on why you're good, and you're coming from abundance, not scarcity. And you have a great foundation that you can work towards. And this way, you will be able to actually change. You will see and yield fruit for your labor for self-improvement. In order to actually achieve something, you have to think that you've already achieved it, in the sense that you cannot actually be motivated to do something if you've never done it before. If you've never played games in your life, if you've never watched anime in your life, if you've never procrastinated or did anything else, you wouldn't be motivated to do so because you've never done it. You don't know what it's like. And for that reason, you're not motivated to do drugs. You've never done it before. It is the exact same thing with the habits that you want to enforce. You have to think that you've done it in order to actually do it, because without the dopamine that you get, because dopamine is motivation, and that only comes after the action, after the chocolate, after the video game, you have to understand that the dopamine and the motivation that you need to actually change will come after the work. But what you can do is this, because if the work has to come first, you will never actually start it because you're not motivated. You have to think that you have already achieved it and visualize the reward, visualize what it's like to actually live that life, that lifestyle. Imagine it, see it, smell it, just everything to do with that lifestyle. Think about it in that way. And if you can just use the whys, why am I so good at this? Why are my parents so happy after retirement? Why did they retire? And you look at yourself from a perspective from the future, and you change your actual self-image, you'll be able to change a lot faster. So I hope this helped. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.